and welcome to episode 4 of the Sassy Chef and the Good Foodie. I'm the Good Foodie.
And I'm the Sassy Chef.
And we're so glad to be here tonight. All right, Sassy Chef. So last episode, we talked about this big event we had over the weekend, and now it's in our rearview mirror, and I'm still exhausted. How about you?
I am too. It was a long weekend.
It really was. It was longer for you, I think. So I was up in the amphitheater. What we're talking about is K-Fest at the Caverns. It's a 3-day bluegrass festival. And I was up in the amphitheater, and you were down in the campground. So I just worked like noon to midnight. What kind of hours did you have to work down the campground?
We worked from about 7 a.m. until 2:30 a.m. each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's
and
a lot.
That's a lot. It was over around 80 hours.
All right. So how do you feel about it? I mean, do you feel like it was a successful weekend? Would you do it again?
It was a successful weekend. But I don't know if I want to do it again. It's a very rough. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours, and there's just no figuring out those hours of when you want to take a break and rest. It was exhausting for what we did.
It sounds like it. I'm not. Yeah, that's intimidating. Those hours are. Yeah. And you had help, right?
We did have help. We had 3 other people helping us.
Okay, I had help, but like ours was, we did a 12-hour stretch and we were done, and could kind of reset, clean a little bit, and come home and get a little bit of sleep and restock. I did a lot of restocking. What was your big seller for the weekend?
Our shawarma.
Shawarma wrap?
It was. It knocked the Chipotle chicken bacon ranch out of the water. We never thought that would happen.
Was it, did you do lamb or chicken, or what was your
It's a beef lamb mix.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That sounds really good. What do you put on it?
Cucumbers, a shawarma sauce, rice, sumac onions. What else do I put? Feta.
Okay, that sounds really good. My big seller was falafel. So, shawarma and falafel are both like cousins there in the Middle East. So I was shocked. I thought I took enough falafel for the whole weekend, and I completely sold out of it the first night. So we had to make a dash up to Nashville to restock on falafel. I don't make my own, but I start with a base and then I doctor it and make it my own from that. I found a really good base up at Restaurant Depot.
I know, I love it.
But so falafel knocked my bulgogi off the top. My bulgogi bowl is usually the top seller. It was the second top seller. Funny story. So I had this guy, Casey. Shout out to Casey if you're listening. 4 bulgogi bowls. He just all weekend, all he ate, I think, was bulgogi bowls, and he really liked it. So it makes you feel good when people come up and they're like, "Oh, wow, that's like the best thing I ever had." And I had another man who said his wife didn't like falafel, and she tasted his, and then she ate like 3 falafel bowls after that. So we got her hooked on falafel now. So I don't know. I don't know that my falafel's any different than anybody else's falafel, but it's pretty good.
The same with us. It's so nice when they come back and have you several times of the weekend and say, the food is great. We had some people that we saw the last festival that came back to order the jalapeno popper grilled cheese. Oh. She was like, "Can you please make it?" And I made it happen for her. She came back the next night and had it again.
Because you didn't have that on your menu.
We didn't have it on our menu, but she asked for it and we made it happen because it's nice to have those people that come back. And we had several people that come back that have seen us with other festivals and come to visit again, or 2 or 3 times in one day to eat the wrap.
They remember you, but they remember that food and they want it again, because we had that same experience. And this was I thought it was 4th K-Fest. Evidently, this was the 3rd K-Fest. I think an extra one stuck in my head from somewhere. But we had people who like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back." And I was down at the cave last year. I went up in the amphitheater, and they found me on like Saturday night. They're like, "Oh, we thought you were here. We looked in the cave." And so it makes you feel good when you get returning customers come back. And shout out to Kara if you're listening. I had a customer who messaged me. I shared that message with you, that she really liked our food, but she was listening to our podcast, and so I think that's we're up to like 12 followers now. So all 12 of you out there listening, thank you. Hit that subscribe button if you're listening on YouTube. So we're like, just a few thousand away from being viral.
That's one of the good things about being at the campground too. We do get time to sit down and like really visit with our customers sometimes and get to know them and like just share
Yeah,
life and like
yeah,
we
we didn't
told
get a
several
lot of
customers
that.
about the podcast and stuff. So that is one good thing. Well, not one good thing. One of the good things down
Hmm.
there is like getting to take time to talk to people and get
And
to know
coming
them.
soon, we're gonna
Yeah.
have merch. We have
Yeah.
Sassy Chef and Good Foodie T-shirts coming soon, maybe. I don't know.
That is so
So
We always get gifts from people. Every single time we're there at the cave, the
mhm,
amphitheater, or the campground, we always get gifts that someone would bring and say, just thanks for being kind. So we
that's
have a little bucket
nice,
of little
right?
things that we get from someone. A man gave us a dried okra necklace for good luck and told us
Wow,
for thanks for being kind to him this weekend and gave
wow,
it to us. So we keep them. We have them all in a little bucket and it's really fun.
that's
It's like it's
cool.
cool.
I was gonna do friendship bracelets, but I procrastinated and didn't get them made. I'm sitting here looking at the box of beads that never got put together. So maybe next, I'll go ahead and do them now for next time and be ahead of the game.
We handed out several sprouts.
Yeah.
We hand out sprouts for people being kind.
That's nice. And that's, I like that culture. That's just
Yeah.
fun about that
Yeah.
culture. That's why I want to next year probably expand a little bit and travel a little bit and probably do more music festivals
Mhm.
like this. Um,
They're fun.
hmm They are fun, but the people are just so nice. I've never had an angry customer at these places. Never.
We didn't really have an angry customer this weekend, but we had a lady that was asked us what our menu was, and we told them, and then she told us, "Well, this is something that none of you food trucks keep in mind. It's people who are keto." And I was like, "Ma'am, I'm really sorry, but I do offer salads,
She
so you."
must have come to my truck. Somebody came, do you have keto? And I'm like, I've got things I can make keto.
Yeah, I mean, and we do. I was like,
Hmm.
a lot of us do, and we do have it. And it's just like just have to get it
You
in a
have,
salad,
yeah, you have to
you
ask
know?
for it. And
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I
it's
had one, I wouldn't call them an ugly customer. She was just blunt. And I guess she was like, well, what is all this on your menu? And I was describing it to her. She's like, but I don't like any of that stuff. And I was like, hey, Stingers has great hamburgers. Like two trucks down, go find you a hamburger, sorry I couldn't help you. But, we know, like we talked last week, or 2 weeks ago, we can't please everybody and we got to quit trying to please everybody. And
yes, we
we
do.
please a lot of people.
Yeah,
We pleased a lot of people. Both of us did this weekend.
yes,
And so we'll just go with that.
yeah. And if we don't have it, I send them to the food truck that does have it. I
Yeah.
will find them a food truck that has it because every food truck there has something for somebody, so it's there.
I think my big win this weekend was my very last minute decision to put some little cookies, dessert type things on my truck. And when I looked at the weather forecast and saw it was going to be so cold Friday night, Saturday night, I added hot chocolate and hot cider. And so, shout out to my sister for making the cookies for me. I did those no bake chocolate oatmeal cookies that everybody turns into like a little kid when they see. They're like, "Oh man, I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
had these since I was little." And Josh, my husband, made me some brownies, and we made them in the muffin pan, so the edges were all kind of chewy, but the soft, middle was soft, and they really liked that. And I did the dip pretzel sticks in chocolate, and ended up being 17% of my sales.
that's
So
good.
yeah, I ended up being the only truck up in the amphitheater that I'm aware of that had desserts, even though they weren't really dessert. They were just little cookies and brownies in a little bag, and people were really appreciating having them. So that was my big win. Was my last minute thought to throw that on
Of a
there.
sweet.
Yeah,
We did sweets. We did pumpkin rolls and cobbler cones and s'mores paninis and
yeah.
sold out of
You
all of
sold
them.
out of all of them,
Hmm.
right? Well, it's good when you sold out. I sold out of cookies Saturday, and made some more for Sunday. I could have doubled it. I could have made as many as I sold and sold them again. But
So
at
you
some
sold out of them
point,
again Sunday?
yeah, at some point you
Oh,
just
that's
have to
good.
say you're out. Now, what my brownies, everybody kept asking me if they were special brownies. I was like, they're $4. No,
They're not
they're not.
special.
They're not that special. But I think when that crowd, when you do these festivals, um, they might be looking for a little extra sometime. But I don't do that on my truck. So
Yeah. This is with us with selling out. We were okay with it as
yeah,
we would sell out, we'd take it off the menu because I didn't want to have a lot of. It's just hit or miss
yeah.
down there, and I just didn't want to have a lot of left over where I'm not going to be setting up this week. So we ran out of it, we took it off the menu.
I did that. I had to take a couple things off the menu by Saturday afternoon. I sold out turkey burgers pretty early Sunday afternoon, and I sold out something else, but I can't remember what it was.
We pretty much we maybe had enough to make a few more of any wrap except for
Yeah.
the Jamaican. We sold completely out of the Jamaican wrap.
I got close on mine. I don't have a lot of inventory left. I got like one box of beef left, but my chicken's completely gone. I went through 80 pounds of chicken this
Wow.
weekend. It's because I did the butter chicken and the Greek chicken bowl. I went through, I don't know how many pounds of turkey burger and black bean burger. It was, it was crazy. It was good though. I mean, but I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep.
Yeah. We went through 2 cases of shawarma, a case and a half of beef, and probably 10 to 12 bags of chicken. So, yeah.
So it was a good weekend. The weather was perfect. The crowd was good. Everybody was nice. It worked really well. I'm happy with it, and looking forward to next year.
Me too. It was fun. I liked it. We'll definitely go back.
It'll be one of those things. Give us a couple months when we're not so tired still, and then it'll seem like it was even more fun.
We just got to figure out our hours if we're going to be in the campground because
Yeah.
it's something you have to figure out because it's exhausting. So it's just like, it kind of makes it almost, it's worth it, but it's almost also hard on us. So
is it really worth it?
Right.
Yeah.
When you're putting in so many hours.
I mean, your sales volume's good, but when you look at
how many hours
what
we put
you're doing
in
to get that, you gotta, so maybe keep, I like the idea of food trucks in the campground. I see why they want them there,
Oh, definitely.
but you gotta get the hours. They gotta do something about working the hours out.
Yeah. It's just so hard because you don't know when people are going to want to eat. Do they want to eat after the concert?
And you just end up being open all the time, 24/7 almost.
Yes, and after the concerts, we really didn't have a lot of people to eat any night. Any night after that 1:00 show, no one really ate. So it's just like,
well, you know that now, and so maybe like if you were to be in the campground again next year, I think they said you could post your hours and kind of set your own hours.
Yeah, and we did.
Just know, yeah. But now okay, once the last act starts, we could probably close for the night. Yeah. And just be open for breakfast the next morning.
Yeah, I think but it almost depends on what show it is because we've had food trucks that tell us that after that show, they have had lines.
You never know.
So then you never know. So like, if you close, then you might miss that line. But if you stay open, then it's just like.
Well, yeah, it's like I've brought the cookies and brownies before and brought them all home and ate them, because they didn't sell. So every show's different.
Yeah, it's
it's a hit or miss, and that's the hard part about this business. I think is estimating what to do, planning, because whatever you plan, it's going to be different. It seems like.
Yeah, and being there for breakfast was definitely worth it because we did good for breakfast every morning.
Mm-hmm. Well, good.
And we did, there's lots of kids, so we did pancakes. We had the avocado toast and the burritos, but we made it easier on ourselves this time because we offered 2 kinds of burritos and then just the pancakes and the avocado toast, and that was it for our breakfast. Yeah. But before we tried to please everybody, so we had 3 types of burritos, avocado toast, toasters, biscuit and gravy. We don't eat all that.
Right.
So we know next time that what we had worked. So.
All righty. Did you get much traffic on your social media this weekend? Did you get too many likes from people at the event? I noticed I got a few.
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention. And like, how do you even bring it up to them? How do you get them to go and like it? Like, I don't ever get to see the customers though, because I'm the one always cooking.
Yeah. When people come up and say, "Oh, that was the best bulgogi I've ever had," I said, "Hey, give us a like or give us a good review. Hey, tell Facebook that or something like that." So I try to throw it out there, and I've got them from my trailer, my Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, we do too. But I don't ever point it out. We did have a lady to come by and was taking pictures and stuff, and she said, "I like to post food trucks that I like and stuff like that." So
and I always tell them, be sure and tag me. Like if I see somebody, I'll see somebody taking a picture of my logo, and their food or something. I'll say, "Hey, be sure and tag us." And I've got my tag there on the side of the food truck. So that's what I need. I'm trying to work on my social media a little bit and get better at that. I get great comments. I'm having trouble getting all the verbal feedback turned into reviews.
Yes, me
I'm
too.
really struggling with how to get y'all say,
How do you get
"Hey,
them
give
to
me a
do it?
review," and
Yeah.
and then I don't get it, and I don't like, I see some food trucks will do like, "Hey, 10% off if you give us a review," and I feel like, well, that's buying your review, I don't
Yeah,
want
and
to do
then are
that.
they doing it just to
Yeah,
are they really gonna go do
I
it,
don't
or are they
like.
gonna take it down after they get it,
Yeah,
you
I don't
know?
like that. So,
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Hey, be sure to give us a review," and I mean, they don't.
Yeah, and I would be okay with good or bad reviews because with those bad reviews we grow.
We do, but they're out there forever and people can see them. I've had one bad review ever, and I got it at the very first big event I ever did. The first year I had my food truck. It was the first event we did that we had lines. It was big, and our ticket time was slow. We were doing our paninis, and it was just slow.
It was that learning curve for
It
you.
was, but somebody just raped me over on a review. Like these people, you would think it was they've never done anything like this before. And I answered it back. I was like, we
Actually,
hadn't. Actually, that was our first event. Thank you for the feedback.
like I
Have
didn't
a
already
nice,
know.
have a nice day. But oh, she was, it made me cry.
It would have me too.
And that was one of the first reviews I got. So there for a little while, there was only this one bad review hanging out there. And so then I was like, my friends would come up to my truck while I was doing Food Truck Fridays. I was like, hey, will you go sit down and give me a review, please?
I just need to counteract.
And I posted it on Facebook one time. I did like, hey, go give me some review. If you've had my food, give me some reviews. And so I got enough good reviews to get my rating back up to like 4.5 stars, but that one review, I only got like 12 reviews.
And
I've
that
got
one.
thousands of followers and like 12 reviews, I'm like, I need some good reviews,
At least you were nice to her. I would probably be like, well.
Well, I thought everybody's will see that reply too. And you can't get it off. It's there. There's nothing you do. And so what I want people to, hey, if you like your food, give us a good review. If you don't like your food, come talk to me about it and let me try to make it right.
Right, yeah.
Then go give us a good review.
Yeah, give us a chance first.
Yeah, because we make mistakes when, especially when you're doing a high volume thing, things happen.
Yeah.
And you can't monitor every single thing that goes out the window when you're serving,
hundreds of people at
a time. And you've got people helping you. You can't control every little step they do. And we're going to make mistakes. I've given out a wrong order before. Like somebody ordered one thing and I got the names mixed up, or it happens.
Or if when you're training new people and they're learning,
But don't go trash me on social media. Come talk to me about it. And most people do. It hadn't happened very often, but it's happened. And they'll come talk to me about it, and I'll make it right with them.
Yeah, we will always make it right. And it's sad though, but people are so quick to go and say something negative first before they try to talk to the person. But that's with the food trucks, restaurants, or anything. They're always so quick to go and be negative about it before they even talk to the owner or the manager to try to fix it.
Well, like there's this Facebook group here in our community, and there for a while, that's all it was people just going on and trashing this horrible experience they had at a restaurant. And I was terrified some of these people are going to come to my food truck because these are our local community.
Yeah.
And I'm like, scared to death. They're going to come to my food truck and I'm going to make a mistake. And all of a sudden I'm going to be trashed all over Facebook because they're brutal on that group.
Mm-hmm.
And I quit reading it.
Yeah.
I was scared I was going to see myself on there.
I mean, and it's hard because it's just like, and people feed into that.
Yeah,
and then it's just
everybody keeps going.
Yeah.
And then people just start making up stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why people feel like when they're on Facebook and somebody's complaining about something, they get to go just make up stuff just to go along with them and complain. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah. No, just to be into the conversation and just keep it going.
Yeah.
It makes it hard for everybody.
I hate Facebook and I love Facebook. But
Same.
It's great marketing. Mm-hmm. It's the best marketing tool I've got, that Instagram.
It is a great marketing tool, but it's just like I have so much trouble getting people to interact with those posts, to like, follow, share, comment, do something. And I express to people that's the way it keeps us active in that and people doing it. But it's just, you can't make them.
No.
But it's just like, you will tell them how important it is. Like I've posted before, like the best way to support us is to like, comment, share our stuff. If you can't make it to us to buy something, share a post or whatever.
I know you're real good about doing that too. You're real good about sharing other people's posts and at all. I'm not so good.
Absolutely, because
I
I
need
mean,
to be better.
I want us all to do good, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like it's not hurting me any to share somebody else's
Mm-mm.
post. I mean,
Mm-mm.
even if you sell the same food as me, it's still not
Mm-hmm.
going to hurt me to share your post
Exactly.
because we're not going to be in the same place, and we're not.
Right.
If you're serving good food, I'm going to share it. I
Well,
mean,
you're a great example for that. And I need to do better with that. Usually, though, I'm just scrolling through and I don't stop and take the time to do it.
I mean, it's
I should. I mean, I have no excuse. I just don't. Yeah. Lazy. I'm just, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it is. It's just part of it. I mean, that's even just not with food trucks. That's with everybody. I try to do it because I want my friends and any kind of small business to do
Mm-hmm.
good. And if I can't go see them or when they're set up or they are at a craft fair or whatever, at least I will share their post and get people out there. So that's all I can hope for.
Yep. What else on your mind tonight?
I don't know. What else do we need to cover about big events and festivals? Like
Well,
prepping
I
and
think
making
they're
sure not to
over.
overstock.
I think
And
they're kind of over for the year. Do you have any big events? Like real big events? I know you've got some catering things and
I,
some smaller events, but I don't have anything big left for the year.
like
Well, yeah, I
big.
do. I've got the caverns a few more times.
I know I've got the caverns one more time. Maybe I'll get a couple more times in there before the season's over. I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have like several catering events. Like I have a catering for 250 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally flipped my truck today. Everything's
Mm-hmm.
out that I normally serve and everything's in for what's going to be serving tomorrow. And then I have a catering event for the haunted woods
Mm-hmm.
at Devil Step
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the month. And then I have
Was that on Halloween Day?
no, it's on the 25th and 26th.
Okay.
And then 26th on the morning I have Normandy Fall Festival and Tyson Foods catering for Veterans Day on the
Mm-hmm.
11th. So I mean, and then I have a few Christmas events booked for catering. So
I'm doing a school fall festival Friday night, but I'm just taking the boba trailer. I'm not taking my food truck. I'm just gonna do bobas and maybe hot chocolate and hot cider. And then next week I've got several lunches. I'm feeding like a surgery center in Tullahoma one day and one of the schools, Clark Memorial, one day. I had a STEM night for another school, but they've moved it to November,
what's your Clark Memorial Day?
Tuesday.
Okay, because I'll be there next Friday.
Okay.
So wait, yeah. So
All right. They're
next.
doing parent teacher conferences
Okay,
Tuesday, so I'm gonna go feed them lunch and then stay for the evening for parent teacher conferences.
that'll be fun.
I hope so. I hope it's good. And then I've got the trunk or treat thing at Food Truck Friday on next Friday, which I think I'm gonna do the food truck and just set up there all day and just catch lunch if I can
Oh yeah.
and just be there all day through supper. And then Saturday I'm doing a marching band contest with my boba trailer in Giles County, so it's a little bit of a hike. But I'm while those teenagers there, it should be a big boba day, and I'm doing it as a fundraiser for the band program there at that school.
And that's your venturing out.
Yep, that's me getting out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna be traveling a bit. I've got 3 events at the Caverns in November. And they're like the second, third, and fourth weekends in November. And then we're traveling a good bit. I got a catering gig in December, and that's all I've got on the books right now for the rest of the year.
It'd be kind of nice to slow down a little bit. I want to still set up
Yeah.
on my roadside, but
Well, and I've got to start the base. I finally got the paperwork to go out there for space. So I'm going to get that started and probably just start setting up in town on a more regular basis, do roadside stuff to get through the slow months. And then maybe starting in March, maybe not do as much roadside and just kind of try to do more big festivals.
in the summertime next year.
Yeah.
I missed the food truck Friday. It's when it was everybody was out there. It was really nice to have everybody out there together and stuff.
Well, we can try to revive it.
Can.
Yeah.
It's just so hard because everybody wants to go.
Well, when you can set up at Tractor Supply and not pay anything,
Mm-hmm.
and
It makes it hard.
And then it's only $30. If they have power, it'd make it much more worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. And those generators get so loud. Everybody's generators running. And I don't want to do the road because I don't want to buy the Deckard permits.
Same. Like I think people say a lot of traffic goes into the road, but it's just like to pay that daily, and then
I've
the
only
Deckard permit.
seen
There's
2
not a
food
lot of
trucks
events
there.
up there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of events in Deckard for me to justify for the permit.
Now I heard they lowered their permit fee. I don't know what to, but it was like $250 or something. I've heard they've lowered it to help the row out. So I'm going to look into that maybe next year. But
you let me know.
But you know, like I said, Tractor Supply's free.
Yep.
You know, and it's Winchester permit.
Yeah, I'll keep my Winchester permit next year. My Manchester, probably, and my Cowan.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep Cowan or not.
Because I can do the schools if I have a Cowan.
Yeah. Yeah.
With, setting up on my Fridays and stuff. So I definitely will do Winchester and Manchester. Those have been.
I haven't done Manchester. Maybe I'll look into that next year. Yeah, it's gone.
You should try the trailer park in Fayetteville.
Yeah. Is there another permit fee for Lincoln County?
Oh, if you're setting up there, there's not a permit.
Okay, well, I need to look into that.
Yep. You pay 2 different prices depending on if you use electricity or not.
Oh, they have power.
And there's bathrooms, and she has a little art building. Like
they have good traffic?
Yes, we've done great every time we've been there.
Okay, well, maybe there's something I'll look into.
It's a little drive, but I mean, it's definitely worth it.
It's not bad, though. All right. Well, should we wrap it up for another night?
I think so. Do we have everything covered?
I tell you what, I'm just so exhausted. I can't even think of anything else to talk about.
No, yeah. I mean, it was a great weekend. We enjoyed it. Well, it's a lot of hard work, but we enjoyed it.
It's fun doing. I'm enjoying this podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, hey, tell your friends, share, like, subscribe, follow. Would depend on what format you're listening to.
YouTube.
Yeah, get us out there. We're on YouTube, we're on Apple Music, and we're on Spotify. That I'm aware of.
Maybe we'll get the TikTok one day.
I don't know. I'm too old. I think you're younger. I don't know. I'm too old to do TikTok.
I mean, we don't have to be live. We can just.
Okay. Do we have to dance?
Do we have to
do a dance? If we do TikTok, do not have to do a dance.
You're the dancer. You're the music person.
I'm not a dancer. That's all I see on TikTok are those dance trends. I'm like, we can make up a good foodie, sassy chef dance right here. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Good night, Sassy Chef.
Good night.